Simple CRUD app with Node, Express, and Mongo. Cool. CRUD, Express, Mongo. CRUD, Express, Mongo are big words for a person who has never touched any server-side programming in their life. Let's quickly introduce what they are before we divide. I'm kind of familiar with it already. It says Express is a framework for building web applications. Express is a framework for building web applications on top of Node. What does that mean? Express, so it's a framework, I get that. And it's a framework for building web apps. Okay, I get that, on top of Node. Well, that just means that it's a framework for Node to build web applications. Got it. Makes Node a little bit easier to use. I wonder if I can put my camera main with cam. Oh, my camera's over there, so. Do I even want to put a camera? We're not gonna do that. Anyway. Express is a framework for building web applications on top of Node. It simplifies the server creation process that is already available in Node. Okay, that's really good to know. It simplifies the server creation, so using Express is going to allow me to simplify server creation. That's great. In case you were wondering, Node allows you to use JavaScript. I know that. MongoDB, database, cool. I know all of this stuff. That's cool. Let's get into the meat and potatoes. We'll build a simple application together, blah, blah, blah. Okay, you want to build this thing. Demo, prerequisite, I got Node, getting started. Okay, we can get started. I'm going to open up my IDE. Going to do a JavaScript playground. I shouldn't have done that. I should just create something new. So new project, JavaScript playground, Express. Cool. So we're going to call this one E5. Because why not? Okay. Go back to I guess I can do split screen. Oh, I did this on Mac. What's Windows? Cool. So let's see where we is. Getting started. Start by creating a folder for this project. I'm going to call it anything you want. After you create the folder, navigate it with the terminal, run npm init. Because it's going to create, okay, I got it. I'm going to create this package.json npm init. So my projects, not test projects. This is where I'm going to create my package.json. So in the terminal, make sure I'm in there, or present working directory. I'm going to do npm init. That's going to do that. Cool. Okay, yes it is. And now in there I should have a folder. Package.json, and this should update here. Package.json. Great. Okay, manage my dependencies. That's good. Just hit enter through. I did that. Running Node for the first time in your life. Wouldn't be the first time in my life. The simplest way to use Node is to run Node command and simplify path. Let's create a file called server, touch server. And we're going to do server.js. And that should put that there. Cool. I've ran Node before. So this is just going to console log to just make sure it's working. So in my server, that's where I'm going to put console log. And he wants to put may Node be with you. I just had a discussion about like double quotes versus single quotes. I'm more of a double quote because in Java and in C, they mean different things, so I don't want to start getting into a habit of putting double quotes on something or single quotes on something and then go to another language and I'm doing that and mess up. So I'll go back to my double quotes. Cool. Console.log may node be with you, and then we can run this on, it'll be np, what is it? This one, oh, it's node and then server.js may node be with you, so that ran there. Cool, that's great. Node works. The next step is to learn how to use Express. We're moving fast. Using Express. First we have to install Express. We can do this by running npm install. That's great. Our npm install, save flag, dependency, great. We're gonna do npm install Express save. That installs Express, and that should node modules here. Cool. So we got, what the heck? Why does that say I don't have two S's? So what did I just install? Okay, let's get rid of this and get rid of this, because I'm not sure what I just did. Hopefully this works. Cool. Package.json. I don't need this. Need that. What is going on? Okay, I'm gonna do this over. Except the wrong thing. Delete. I'm gonna do npm. Make sure there's nothing in there. No package manager, and it's going to be init. Okay, great. Let's make sure that's that. Cool. And then I'll do npm install. Make sure we do the Express with two S's. Save. That was weird. Now it's stuck. Anytime now, it's crying. Anytime. Okay, I'll just read while that's doing its thing. Express save, that's what I just did. Then it said it should have dependencies after that. It's really, oh, there we go. I don't know why it's taking so long. And that should go into dependencies after that. Nothing there yet. Next we use Expressor by requiring it. If it ever takes update dependent running anytime now. There we go. Cool. Done with that. Here we got the modules. That. Dependencies. Express. I thought that was showed there. Oh, dependencies Express there. Okay, so that looks good, I think. Here. And now it says we're going to use Express in our JavaScript file by requiring it. Let's see, Express, require Express in app. Okay, so I'm gonna get rid of this. And the const Express, and it's going to require it. Require Express. Then I'll do const app to Express. Cool. So now we got our app Express, and it says they're going to create this server. we're going to do that by listen method, app.listen, and we're going to put it on 3000 and run that function. This, we do app dot, I'm going to put mine on 5000 or 302. I'm going to put it on 3000 too. App dot, what is it, listen, then you're going to put it on a port. I'm going to do const let port equal, I said I was going to put it on 3000, 3002. I think we're going to put port there, listen on port, and then we're going to run this function. And his function was console.log listening on, and I'll just add my port there in case that changes. It's dynamic. So now when I run it, navigate to where I need to. Of course, it's not 5000, it's 3002. There's nothing there now. But when I do node, let's go ahead and run this. Node server. So now that ran, it says listening on 302. It's hanging. So now I should be able to go there. There we go. It's good. Okay, now we got a server up. I've already done Mongo. Well, let's see. It's not 3000. Now run node server JS. Run node server JS, and we've done that. It's a good sign. We can communicate with our Express through the browser. That's great. So now the first one was CRUD. We're going to do read. And browser runs read operation when you visit a website. Under the hood, they send a GET request. Okay, so now you see you cannot get because the server sent nothing back to the browser. So it's doing this because the server, it didn't have anything to send back to the browser. In Express, we handle a GET request with the GET method. So you do app.get, give it an endpoint, and then give it something that it's going to do. So the endpoint is a requested endpoint. It's the value that comes after your domain name. Got it? Got that? Understand that? Understand that? The callback tells the server what to do. Callback. That's like, what do you do when I hit this endpoint? Got that endpoint? And it says a request object. It says you got to give it a request and a response object. Cool. For now, let's write hello world back to the browser. So we do a send method that comes on the response object. So he's doing a get. This is the endpoint. Callback, and using on the response object, there's something called a method called send, and this is what you can send back. And I think that just sends it back to the body. So we'll do that. And so it's app.get, give it an endpoint and a method. It's respond. What is it required? No, it's request and respond. Request and response, and I don't need this, I don't think, or do I? Yeah, I do need that. Request and response. We want to equal sign out plus sign. Cool. So it says we're going to use the response as a method called send, and we're just going to send hello world. Alright, so now what I have to do is stop this from listening, put it back listening on 302, 3002, come back to here, hit that endpoint, hello world. Okay, so what happened was that we set up this server to here on this endpoint at this port, which is pretty much this right here. You go to that. It's going to trigger this response that I set up. It says hello world. Cool. I'm pretty sure I can do this again. I'll just write it out just for practice. App.get, and then once I hit good night, I can do the same thing. I have a request. Fix my posture. There we go. Okay, better. I have a request, response, and it looked weird. Cool, so that works like that. Request and response, and then I'm just gonna say response dot send. I'm just gonna send good night. Cool, so I stop that. Node.server, start it again. Listen on 302. Now when I go to 302, hello world, and then I can do slash good night. Good night world. Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, so it says, for now, let's write hello world back to the browser. We do so. I've done that. It says I'm going to start writing arrow functions, of course. Nice. I've reset the server already. Let's change this. Okay, so let's change server.js so we serve up an index back to the browser. So we want to serve this page instead of just this hello world. To do this, we use send file method. I'm familiar on how to do this. So I'll just do this without reading it, just because I want, what is that called? Like the remember cycle, forget, receive, whatever. Anyway, active callback. What is that called? Remembrance, active remembrance, active callback. Anyway, what was I doing? Okay, app.get. So he wants to do a respond with the HTML file. So first, let's actually do the HTML file. Do it in here, and we'll call that index.html. Cool. And then in this body, I'll also say h1 hello world, and make this one a little stylish. Either the color is this coral. Font size would be, let's go with, I don't know, 8 rem. And align, text align center. Hopefully that puts it in the center. Okay, let's just look at that and see. Yep. Might as well go with the background too, huh? Background color. We'll go with sea green. Oh, I didn't want that on there like that. I want that on the body. Style. There we go. Looks good to me. Looks good with. Anyway, okay, that's the index. Well, we want to hit that index by, well, we want it to be able to serve that index. So how was it that I just send a file, I believe. So instead of sending hello world, we can do a send file, and the path is going to be the directory. So you do this directory name plus, and this is in index.html, I believe. So now I can reset this, no server, listen on 302, and let's just go to goodnight world. Cool, you go to goodnight world. But now when I go to the main one, 302 file, we got our index. Cool. And that's pretty much what he's about to say, I'm pretty sure. Yep. Directory name, send file. Yep, that's what he did. Same thing that I just did, reset. So this is how Express handles GET requests, which is the read operation in a nutshell. At this point, you probably realize, yep, I have to keep resetting this, and then he has a tool called NodeMon. NodeMon is going to automatically reset every time I make a change. That's cool, but I want to keep resetting it by myself, so I'm not going to use NodeMon unless I feel like it, but I'm not going to deal with NodeMon right now. Want control. Okay, what am I at? C.R.U.D. So now we're going to do creates. So we did the read. Now we're going to do create. And browser can only perform a create operation if they send a post request to the server. Yep. So this post request can be triggered through JavaScript or through a form element. So I need to create a form element with the post. So I'll just go ahead and do that now. So in this index, I'm going to need a form element, and this action is going to be, I think he specifies like what do you want as an action in his, he called it quotes, so I'll do the same thing. Action was quotes, Q-U-O-T-S, quotes. Good job, me. Quotes, and there was two inputs. One right there. There's another one, and you have to give these input names. And then action, you need to create a method which is going to be a post. So now every time, now we know that our form is going to be a post request. Let's get a button in there. Post or enter or submit, whatever you want to put. I just put post. Submit. It's the submit button. So why not submit? All right. Cool. So now when we go check out here, refresh that. That's there. And while I'm at it, just go ahead and put that in div. And I don't want to do this. I want to div style. You can do display, flex, justify content, center. I guess that didn't work. Why didn't that work? Justify content and then put that in the center. Oh, that's why. Refresh, huh? Cool. And also, let's see if we can do font size, 3 rem, 3 rem, not rem. I think we gotta put that on here. Style. Huh. I don't know why. Maybe you have to put that on input. Style. I guess so. That's kind of big, so we're gonna do 2 and 2. Better. And submit, same thing. Maybe I should put, I don't know, maybe the style. Move it to into the style display block, and do margin. Margin be auto cylinder div, right? 101. And also want some space in between that, so I do margin top. It's going to be, let's just say 2 rem. Yeah, I don't care, I know. That didn't work. Margin top. Okay. That's why. 2 rem. There we go. Alright. I've spent too much time on this, but that's what I wanted. So maybe these should also have labels too. These input label. That label. This is going to be, I don't know, what is this, quote? There's 2 things on there, so I don't know who it would be for. Let's do a quote here. Q-U-O-T. Quote. And I don't know what the second one is, but he had 2 boxes. Oh, name and quote. His name, and then the second one was like the actual quote. Q-U. It was so hard to write quote. And these also have to have a name, so this would be name, and this would be quote. Q-U-O-T. Cool. So name, quote. Label, style, color, white, not width, white. Font weight. Doesn't seem to do anything. Oh, that's because I put on the wrong thing. Whatever. Okay, we'll keep that like that because I'm doing too much now. What happened here? What did I do with my code? Here I got the actions, the quote. Method's gonna be a post, and yeah, that's all good. So now the form is set up. So what should happen now is when I hit submit, it's gonna try to go to quotes, but then it's gonna give me an error saying, hey, there's nothing set up in quotes yet. I'll put Leo. Nothing set up in action route yet. And nothing's gonna happen. Cannot post because there's nothing there. But what I could do, I can set that up already. I do app.post, and it's gonna give me that route that I need. And that route was, what was it already? I think it was just quotes. Quotes. And so it's saying, what do you want me to do after I hit that route? And I can have my res and response, res, request and response. So I just want the response to send back, hey, it's done. Good job. It's done. Good job. Now when I do it, go back here home. Good night should still be there. Nothing wrong with that. Good night. Uh-oh. Setting. Good night. Go back here to home. Hello world. Leo. I did it. Submit that. Oh, cannot post. Oh, how does that not work though? Huh. Oh, I did send. I don't want to do send. I want to do console.log. And it says I can't do quotes. Why is that though? QOTI. What's that? Oh, you know, another thing, I don't think I restarted the server. That's why you should probably have NodeMon. NodeDemon, NodeMon. I like NodeMon. Makes me feel good. NodeMon. Yo, okay. Started the server. There we go. Hey, it's done. Good job. Cool. So now that's what happened when I post, but I don't want that to happen every time I post. What I want to really happen, I guess, is to eventually send this to a database. I've already had the database set up in MongoDB. Well, I have the server database. I have a database set up already, but we're gonna create the, what do you call it? What do they call it? Documents. We have to create the documents, and we have to create the, what do documents sit in? They sit in not containers. They sit in, I forgot, collections. Collections. So you got a database, then you have collections, and then you have documents. So that's what we're going to create later. And then this right here, every time I submit, is going to go into quotes. And then this is going to eventually say, hey, put this into, create a new document. Okay, so where am I at now? I think this was just saying that. How do you create input form? And they did the same thing. Placeholder name, quote. I should have a placeholder too, huh? Placeholder. Nope, we're not gonna do that. That's goes to input. Placeholder. And this one was quote BAT. And this one was placeholder name. And let's check that out. There we go. If that was the case, I don't need the labels then, because that's like redundant. Put that away. I don't like the way it looks anymore. Name and quote. What else? Where were we at? Placeholder. I was looking at that, and you did the exact same thing. Quotes, and the method was post. You say you need 3 things on this form: an action, a method, and name on each input. We did that. It says the method tells the browser what kind of request to send. So that's here. The method is going to tell the browser what type of request to send. In this case, we use post because we're sending a post request. The action attribute tells the browser where to send the post. So that's here. We're going to send the post to quotes. Quotes. We can handle this post request with the post method and server.js. I did that. The post method, that is over here. Where is it? This post method right here. And he did the exact same thing. He console.log hello, but I actually sent something, so I feel like I'm kind of better. Restart your server. Hopefully you set up NodeMon. No, I didn't. And refresh your browser, but I did actually forget that step first. Refresh the browser, then hit something into the form, then enter something into the form. Yep, we did that, and we got something different because we send it to this. Cool. So great. Now we know that Express is handling the form for us right now. The question is, how do we get input values with Express? Oh, this is because we need to get this body parser. Turns out Express doesn't handle reading data from the form. Who would have knew body parser? I actually want to read on body parser later. It's middleware. It's interesting. It's interesting that it doesn't do it by itself. You need middleware, so I really want to read up on that later. Body parser. For right now, we'll just use it, and then we'll figure out how it works and develop something again. So we're going to use it, figure out how it works, then build something with it. That's the steps. Right now, I'm just going to use it. Then I'm going to figure out how it works, and I'm going to build something with it. So npm, why is it hard to say? npm install body parser, save. That's what I need. And we need this so we can install this middleware. So that middleware is now installed. And it's going to tidy up the request object before we use them. ExpressJS just use with the use method. So we need the use method in order to install middleware. We got that body parser, so we need to require body parser as well. Body parser. Make sure you place body parser before your CRUD handlers. Cool. So app.use body parser. That's weird. Let's do this. Oh no, let's keep it like that. App.use body parser. So that's how we're going to be able to use this middleware, by using this right here. And then we still have our handlers at the bottom. Cool, so handlers right here. I can put this at the bottom, so that's not actually a handler. Give it a little bit of structure. Okay, so where are we at now? Oh, we're doing the middleware. So this is how we're going to get the information out of the input boxes. Go put this over somewhere else. You should be able to see the values from the form element inside request.body now. Okay, so now with this right here, since we did this body parser, that's going to allow us to, I don't need goodnight world anymore. I still need this one because this one's going to our index, and this is my quotes for the post. Post handler. So what I want to do, hey, you're doing a good job. Instead of sending, hey, you're doing a good job, I want to send exactly what I put in. So now I have, let's do request. We're going to do let our request body equal request dot body, and now I can send it just the body. Request body. So now when I send a post request, it's going to take whatever's in that body and send it right back to me. So I can say name. I don't have no mine, remember. And it gave me error, so let's see what that is. Can I access app before initialize it? That's because of this here. Silly. Anyway, so do that again. Listening, we're all good to go. Refresh. My name, Leo. Quote is always do your best. And I submit that, and now it's always do your best. Yeah, I should have never did it with quotes. Always do your best. In fact, we'll attribute that to dad. Submit that. His name is dad. The quote is always do your best. Cool. So now we are able to get stuff out the body, and we just sent it right back to the file. I wonder if I can send it. Yeah, just sent it as a file, because right now it's sent as a object. What happens? I'm just curious now. What happens if I put to string? Probably gonna break something. It says now you got 2 objects. Huh. Okay, so I got 2 objects. Request body. Okay, so if this sends a, oh, I know what I can do. I can send 2 different things. So if that's body, then I can say let name equal, or I could just do name request send, and then I can do something like this maybe. Send request body dot name. Well, I guess that doesn't work. C.R.U.D. I can do this though, right? Name and quote body dot name dot Q-U-O-T. And then when I send it, all I'm doing is sending. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say name and quote. Does that work like that? And curiosity is like the thing to have when you're doing development. It's just the fun part about it, just wondering what happens and seeing stuff break. Yep, see how it just broke invalid status code, dead. But what happens if I just say name now? So server, go back to there, submit. Huh, it said dead. But then now if I do quote, it's gonna just send the quote. What if I want to send both of them? That's my thing. I want to send name and I want to send quote. So I'm curious will that work like that. Actually name. Huh, I'm curious if this will work like this. So always do your best. So what I would do is go back here. I already started the server. Yeah, always do your best. Wow, boss, that works. It's pretty dope. Learn something new. So also like what you can do now, maybe make this a H1. Or not even H. Yeah, make that H1. H1 name. And then this will be a, we'll do it H3, UOTE. I don't know why that's a squiggly. Use without importing React. I'm not using React, sir. So we'll just ignore that for now, just to see if it works. something broke. So it has an issue with me using, why does it have an issue with it here, but it has an issue with me using it here? Oh, it has an issue with me using it both times. That's interesting. So I can't just send that like that. Why not though? What if I put it in like a function? Why can't I send that like that? It says JSX is used without importing React. I'm not using React, so why won't you let me just send like HTML? That's regular HTML, sir. Huh. So I can't send HTML? So what if I just wanted to send ABC? Create function. Let's see. ABC is not defined. I'm confused. Why can't I just send whatever I want to send? I sent it before. Oh, maybe I gotta send it like that, of course. Not of course, but let's see. Cancel that, go back here. Okay, ABC. And then go back to what happened. Where did all this come from? Whatever, get rid of that. I don't even know where that came from. Send. Maybe when I put that in that, it already sends it to a toString, maybe. So when I do that, but can I do an H1 around this? It will let me do an H1 at all. ABC, ABC. So I can't do that at all. Okay, one more thing for you. What if I do it like this? H1. But I don't want to send ABC. I want to send name. And I want to send send an H3. H3. I want that to be the quote. That to be the quote. So it doesn't have a problem with that. So now I'm gonna put that there. Back here. Okay. But it has an issue with that though. I don't think this is gonna work. But let's try it. That's how it would work in React. I'm not using React, so. Yep, I just did that. So what I could do, maybe do string, what is it, interpolation? I think it's what's called. String interpolation. I think it's called something else though. String interpolation or like string literal or something like that. Okay, let's see if this works. I don't want to do that. Awesome. It puts on 2 different lines though. Of course, that's HTML H1, H3, so it's going to be on 2 different lines. That's awesome. I've lost track of what I was even doing in the first place now. Mom, clean up this room, boy. Okay, that's what mom says. Cool. So it's a summary of what I just did. I created this page, going here to this route, and this sends it to this index, and this index brings up this page, and this page has a form on it, and I was able to get this form data by using this middleware called body parser. And I sent my action, action to right here at the quotes, and this is going to be the post, and you need quotes because that goes right here. How to explain that? What do you call that? A route. So that route needs to match up with this route. Take that action and saying, okay, which route do you want me to use? I'm using quotes, so that's why both of these are quotes. And method is going to be a post. I need a post method to let this browser know what it wants me to do with this route. I want you to post something, and I want you to post something. And this is the data right here, and I gave it names. So right here I was able to get it out because I used this middleware body parser. So I let the name be this, let the quote be this, and then I just sent it here, and I just sent it back. So usually, of course, we're probably not just going to want to send it back to the user. We're going to want to send that to maybe like a database. Yeah, most likely a database. So then we can use a template engine to display that somewhere. But right now, as a proof of concept, I guess, I'm just sending it there. And I wonder if I could do an alert. That would be interesting too. Some more JavaScript. Let me see. I don't want to take too long. If I can't do this the first time, I'm not even gonna do it. Alert. You wouldn't do it H1. That. That. I'm curious if this works. Alert is not defined. Why isn't alert defined? It's JavaScript. I guess in console.log, so why can't I send an alert? Well, maybe I don't need send. Maybe I don't want to send that. Because I wouldn't send the console.log. I just do it. So maybe I can just do that. Node server, refresh. Yeah, same thing. Alert is not defined. That's weird. Why isn't alert defined though? Don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and try to figure it out. I could, but I want to move on to something else. I don't want to spend too much time doing this. I am curious, like, why that doesn't do. It's probably something that I'm missing. Okay, so where we at? Parser, middleware, we've done that. Got that in. So we console logged that to the body. We've seen that. What we did was console logged it too. We didn't even console log, we sent it to the page, so that was kind of dope. Spoken. So into the database. So now we get to the database stuff. I'm not even gonna go through this just because I've done this already. I installed this database. You got database. This is the part that I need though, the client part. So we can connect to MongoDB through the client connect. So I'm just gonna copy that, put that up here. So we get this Mongo client and requires this, blah blah blah. And this is how we're going to connect to our Mongo database. Let me see. So these are our gets. I'm gonna just play around with this, and it's called Mongo client. So what I do is I create const and just let client equal new Mongo client, and how will I do this? I think I already had it somewhere, so let's see, MongoDB, I need Atlas. Mongo, that's only Atlas down here. Sign in. It's cool. So let me just do it again. So I got a test project, so we'll do a new project and we'll call this one quotes, Q-U-O-T, quotes. Call this one quotes. Create the project. Get to build a database, shared database, shared blah 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 blah, cluster 0. Let's call this cluster something else. Let's see, cluster 0, we'll change it to Q-U-O quotes DB. Create the cluster. The username is going to be demo project, DEMO project, project 1 2 3 3 2 1. I hope I remember that. Demo project 1 2 3 3 2 1. Well, I recorded it, so I can always go back. So we're gonna wait till that cluster finishes. Add my IP address. Cluster is finished. Finish and close. Okay, so now we have this database and we want to connect to this database. Connect to your application here. So this is what we're going to use to connect right there. And so I'm going to put let URI equal this right here, and our password was demo project 1 2 3 3 2 1, I believe. I hope so. Leave a test database there. I know it's a test database in there. So when that connects, it's going to connect to the test database. Blah blah blah. Client. And then we're going to put URI here. So now we have this new client. I don't know why that's cool. So now we should be able to connect to that database. So I can go to client dot, maybe was it connect? Yeah, I have no idea any of these methods that are on there. Connect to a database, maybe? Connect DB? Or is it DB connect? And we're gonna connect to, what's it called? Quotes, Q-U-O, quotes DB. You know what? First of all, let's just connect to here and see what databases are in this cluster. So quotes DB. Let's see what this does. Like, I don't think it does anything. Module not found. Let's see what we broke. Cannot find module MongoDB. That's weird. Oh, because I didn't install it. Duh. I literally skipped that step. So now, oops, and it still says it. Oh, that's because connect isn't a thing. I just made it up to see if it'll work. Client.connect. There we go, client.connect, and we're going to quotes DB. And let's see, clients.connect, quotes DB dot. Let's see what that does. Method connect only accepts callback. So connect wants a callback. This isn't a callback. We'll give it a callback. We're going to connect to what DB? I should probably read the documents, huh? Or continue with this anyway. Oh, we did it right here. Mongo.net connect, and then it had the connection string. So when I connect, but I already gave it a URI here, so I don't need this. I don't need, what is it, connect? You're using this string right here, connection string. What's going on here? Okay, let's actually read. Once installed, connect through the Mongo's client connect method. Okay, that's what I was trying to do. Connect method, and he uses a, I don't know what this string is. So the next part, to get the correct link out our database. Most people store their database cloud service. Yes. Yeah, I'm still not sure like what you did here. Connection string, is that just the URI? I think that's just the URI. So he's connected to that URI, and then here there's an error. Client, I have no idea what this does, and he doesn't really explain it. Oh, let's connect. I just did this new project, blah blah blah. He called it Star Wars. I call mine quotes. Cool, connect. Whitelist, we did all of this. Let's see, copied that, I did that, we did that, we did that. Put this connection string inside connect. I actually did that up here. So I created this Mongo client.connect. I put the connection string there. Oh, I see what he's doing. He's doing the same thing that I did, but I just did it here and call it client, just so I don't have to keep calling Mongo.connect or something. Okay, now we connect to the database. If there are no errors, we know we connect to the database if there's no errors. Did that, and let's see, got options there. Set error client. Yeah, I don't know what the heck that is doing. If error return content error else connected to database. Callback. Error result. I'm so confused. Anyway, we will skip this because I don't know what's going on there. Don't want to get into it right now. But I know I connected because, do I know I've connected? You can remove the depreciated one, blah, blah, blah. Maybe I should just use this and go with the tutorial instead of trying to do my own thing, right? Okay, let's just do that. Remove that. So we're gonna do this right here. In the connection string, I'm gonna put the URI. And then he had a callback for error. I guess any error. Client, I'm not sure what the client means. It's just if error returns to console or else connect to database. So now it should say connected to database. Connected to database there. So I just want to test it out and see. So there is no such thing as this thing right there. So it should have an error if I try to connect to that. Yeah, there we go. Error. Whatever. Yeah, there. Connect. And it's going to connect to the database. So now we know we connected to the database. Mongo.client connected to this URI. And here it says if you have an error, the client. I just don't understand these two things. The parameters. See the error. Anyway, I'll figure that out later. Don't want to dig into it right now. You should see something like this. Yes, I see that. You can remove the. I don't care about it. I didn't see that. Supports promises. So instead of callbacks, definitely. Let's be URI. So extend client connect to the database. Catch. So it's saying if it's successful, then say you connect to the database. Otherwise, create that error. Okay, I understand it better than the other one. So now we connect to the database. It was as simple as that. Mongo.connect and then give it the URI and whatever this is. I'm not sure what that's about. Got to read more into the docs to see what that's about. Then you say it's connected, else give it an error. I wonder if there's a simpler way to do this. Like, this just seems overcomplicated. Let's see. Like, I feel like my way was way more simpler. So let's see. So Mongo client, you can do const client is equal to is new Mongo client and then give it the URI. Right? So now you have this client. Then you can say client.connect. It's already connected to a URI, so I don't even, let's not give it a URI. Well, I think you have to. And it's expecting something, it's expecting the URL. So now it's connected, so you already gave it the URI or the URL, whatever, client connect. What are you expecting here? Oh, it's expecting a promise. But the thing is, it's already connected. Once I put client.connect, it already connects. So what I could do is just say, okay, after I connect, I'm going to give you something back. What do you want me to do after? Because it's sending a promise. It's a return a promise. So I just want you to say it's connected. So then console.log connected, if I can spell connected to database. Connected to the database. Then you can also put this catch here. I don't know what that means. So I am curious if this works the same way. Connect to the database. So that worked. So let's disconnect the net and see what happens if I put in the wrong password. And try again. Yeah, it gives me an error saying it's wrong. That's cool. That works. Works for me. I need to put in the right password. Connect it to database. Connect it to database. Client.connect, it already has URI. Then it returns a promise. So what do you want me to do after I connect? Okay, I want you to let me know that you connected. And if you fail, do that. Cool. So that's how you connect to the database. Check and done. So what do we want to do now after all that? So I think the goal now is to take whatever I put into here and just start putting that into a database. So right now we just have it submitting and going to here. You can console.log also, like actual body. So I like to see that every time. I like to see that body. Let's send it. We're gonna do console.log. Let's see the body request. It's a request.body. So it should be as simple as that. A server, connect to database. Mom, clean up this room, boy. Submit. Mom, clean up this room, boy. And also data here. But now I can see the values and properties. So you got name here, mom, quote, clean up this room. So yeah. But I want this to go in my database. Now I want this to be a document. So how do I do that? I think I kind of already know how to do that. So let's see if I can just figure this out based off of my memory. So right here, you're doing a post. So now that I already have this connected to a database, client.connect, I should be able to do client.db. The database name is what? Oh, it's what do I call it? Quotes. Did I just call it quotes? Connect to database. Database name is, I don't have a database name. Okay, I think the database name was quotes, so quotes DB. I should have came up with a better name. Quotes DB. That's a horrible name. Quotes DB. Okay, now client.quotes DB. What do you want to do? In this database, I want this collection. I don't have a collection yet, so this is going to create a collection, which I think is a dope part about MongoDB. That I think, if I remember right, if you don't have a collection and you tell it to go into a collection, it's going to create that collection. So that is awesome for me, because that means that I don't have to create a collection. I just say, hey, here's the collection. So anyway, this collection, I'm going to call it quotes. Let's call it quotes collection just to make it even more clear. Probably another horrible name. Quotes collection. And then what do I want to do with that? I want to insert one quote. And so this quote would be, it'd just be the body. Body. And I hope this is it. If this is it, like, this is the easiest thing. What is insert one? Why do you have a problem? Because it returns a promise. Oh, I know why. Because it returns something. After enter it, it returns a promise. It's going to let you know. So this is what I want you to do right here. Let me see. How do I deal with this? I want you to do the request.body. And then you can say console.log. Hey, everything. Now go mine. I like that, everything, because we're using we wouldn't use a NodeJS mine, but everything. Okay, fix it. Everything was fine, and I added the quote to your DB. Right, so this is what it's saying. Every time I insert one, so now, hey, I entered it. Everything was fine. Have a good day. Blah blah blah. And then it's also gonna console log this. Let me know. And then it's going to send. Right now it's sending it. Remember, it's sending it back. But I don't want you to send it back anymore. I don't want you to send it back anymore. I want you to just return. I think it's called redirect. Redirect. Just take me back to the page, because eventually I want everything to show up on the page. So, but right now, just take me back to the page. Cool. So this should work. I can take this out too and put that there. Oops. Okay. This should work. If not, I gotta look it up. Okay, so let's restart server. Okay, to database, I don't have any issues there. So I'm gonna put a quote by dad. You can do anything you put your mind to. Okay, let's submit that. And that's exactly what I wanted to happen. It just go here. It looked like nothing happened, but I redirected it back to here. And like I said, eventually I want all the quotes to just show up here in the box. And you can look down here and it says, hey, everything was fine. I added the quote to your database. Here's the quote that has been added, the name, quote, gave it an ID. Because I didn't give it an ID. Mongo actually creates its own ID if you don't give it an ID, which is fine for me, whatever, for right now. But when it comes to like trying to retrieve that, I don't know if I'll be able to figure out what that ID is. But yeah, so that's exactly what I wanted to do. And now I can check my database and see if it was in the database. So I can browse collection. I created this collection called quotes collection, and it's here. Quotes collection. Dad says you can do anything you put your mind to. And I can do the same thing again. I can go to name. This is mom. Mom says, hey, I love you. Mom says, I love you. Submit. Doesn't look like it did anything. But if you look here, console.log, go here, refresh this, and it should be in there. Cool. So that is that. That's exactly what I wanted to do, set out to do. You go here, and this is saying the same thing. Create DB client create quotes.collection. Let's see what he did was he created this DB and he called that client.db, and that's his database. And then he put a collections. I probably should have did that too. That way I wouldn't have to do it like this, but I don't know, that's fine. He insert one, quotes.collection, insert one, the required body. We did the same thing here. Insert one, called client, then the results. He logged the result. I don't know what result is. That's weird. What is result? I don't care, but I kind of do care. Like, what is results? And then he called errors. I didn't catch error, but maybe I should catch errors. So like, in case that doesn't work out. Okay. He actually put this in the post though. Oh, mine is in the post too. I don't know. I'll compare it later. Mine's working right now, but I am kind of curious like how my solution differs from his solution and if it's in anything that I can do better. Blah, blah, blah. Congratulations. You successfully added quotes into the database and you can check it. I did that. It's in there. Oh, he has his circling around because he didn't redirect. I redirected, so it comes back here and I don't have that problem. He's probably going to say, yeah, he says the same thing, do a redirect. Yay, since we have some quotes in the collection, let's show them to our user when we land on a page. And that's exactly what I want to do next. After we put something in here, I want to be able to show all the quotes here. So I need to create a box there. I'll eventually create a box there, then have everything show as I put them in. I'll put another something else, sister. Let's go to lunch. So I don't need quotes, like that's not like a quote that she says all the time. What is something my sister says all the time? A quote from sister. I don't know, I love you. Mom says that, but whatever. Love you, bro. Love you, bro. Submit. Does the same thing. Sister, I love you, bro. It's been added in there. Refresh that. It's in there. Cool. So I'm gonna go walk the dog, and when I come back, I'm going to add a box here just so I can then show everything that I have on my database and put it there. And maybe later add some more C.R.U.D functionality. Of course, I want to add more C.R.U.D functionality, update and delete. But for now, like I guess for today, the whole goal was to be able to create something and read something. And maybe I'll just save the other update and delete for another video, another time, another day. Gotta go walk the dog. And I am back. Alright, I left off, where did I leave off? I did this, got this going on. What I wanted to do was, I said I wanted to build this in here. I don't know. I guess I'll do it. I want to do it, not really, but I'll do it. Look at the style sheet. Style, STYLE. Index. Head will link the style sheet. Okay, and then down here, I want a div, and this is where I'll put all my quote content. Oh, I should have just put that, huh? Well, I don't. Yep. Okay, let's do this. This right here is going to be quote container, and this is going to be quote. That word's so hard to spell all the time. Quote content. Cool. Now we got quote content here, and actually this is where our, what is that called? It's going to be a template. Our template's probably going to go in here, but I want it to be able to go into somewhere. So that's what this quote container is about. So in my CSS, I have this quote container, and I just want we're gonna make it a flex container, so it's a display flex. I want to justify the content in the center, align the content, align the items to the center. It's gonna put the box in the middle. It's not gonna put the box in there, it's gonna put the content in the center. Which I probably don't want anyway. So actually this something else needs to be. So index, quote container. I'll figure that out in a second. Let's also just put something here so I can background color, put that to white. That way we can see what's going on. We need to create a size. So the size is the height and the width. We'll do 500 by 500 to start off. Pixel by width, 500 pixels. Cool. And refresh this to see what we're looking like. Ain't looking like nothing. Why is it like that? So quote container, height, blah blah blah. Flex. Why is that like that? Is it because I don't have anything in here? I do have a div in there. What's there? Quote container ID. And my style, my quote container ID. Did I not put this link in there? The link is good to go. Style sheet, style.css. So it's not liking it. Let's see. Let's try this right here. We'll try HTML. I just want to make sure that it's even working. Background color black. That didn't even work. Now I am confused. Style index. So I have this link. It's a style sheet. It's going to style.css. Oh, I have to. Okay. I think I have to restart the server, of course. Well, that didn't work either. Thought that's what I need to do. Okay. Why isn't this working then? Got my style sheet. My style sheet's reference style.css. This is style.css here. I'm bamboozled. Why isn't this working? Quotes container. Let's see something. So like this right here is clearly a submit button. So, or button. So like if I take this and say button, and then I change all the background colors to green, like this should change. So I save that, refresh, and it's not changing. What happens if I do it on here to set? Huh. So my HTML is, oh, you know what? It's not serving the HTML. I think, yeah, it needs to serve that HTML as well. I think that's what's going on. I think that's what's going on. I think that's what's going on. So how do I do that? I mean, why does it do that anyway? One way around that, okay, let's not just use this style. We're not gonna use the style for right now. Take that out. Way around that, what I can do, because I think I know what's going on now, and I just don't want to even deal with it right now, because I just want something simple. I'll just do it in here, style.css index, do inline, quote content, the container, style. So what I wanted the style to be, I wanted display, I wanted flex, also wanted the height and the width, the height to be 500 and the width to be 500, and the background color was this white color. Let's try this one. Oh, that blue's, that blue, light blue, Alice blue. Let's try Alice blue, Alice blue. And let's see, Alice blue, blah blah blah, height. So that should give us something. Yeah, we got that there. Flex. And let's go under there. That's display flex. So I actually want this on the bottom of there. So how do I do that? Maybe if I do flex direction. Flex direction, and we're gonna do, we do row. Maybe, hopefully. Nope, it didn't fix it. Let's look at this and see. Man, this is a flex, that's why. And they're going next to each other. In this div, that's why. Who told you to go in that div, sir? Get out of there. Okay, now I'm confused a bit. Where does this div even go into? That div goes to that div. It's a form, okay. And what is this? It doesn't go to anything. What is this thing? That doesn't go to anything. Where are these divs coming from? Oh, I remember now. It comes from that, of course. Duh. So I need to close these divs back up. Div. Okay, another div. Cool, so I can clean this up a bit. Now that div goes to that one. That one goes to that one. Cool. So flex. Let's see. There we go. And let's see if I can try to get that centered. I will do justify content center. And that could, nope. Let's try justify self. Nope. Is there another justify I can use? Justify items. Nope. Okay. Let's look at this and see. Inspector goes there. Let's try this. Margin, right, auto. Nothing. Okay, why? Margin right. Let's do margin left. 4 rams. It's just the way it's gonna be for now. Just curious, like why didn't that work though? It's the container. I don't want to keep putting stuff in divs. Just curious, like why didn't this work? Display. And I normally wouldn't do inline. I would just put it into a CSS, but I'm just doing this for right now. Display, flex, justify content, center, line, items to be center. And this should put everything that's in there in the center. There we go. And instead of 500, I wanted the width to be Let's do 80 for the view width. Cool. Then the height to be 500 to 400. And then also put a margin bottom. Margin. What would you do? A padding maybe? Padding around it. And just make that like 2 rim. Just really want a padding bottom though. Not a padding bottom. Cool, that's what I wanted. Wanted a little bit of space down there. All right, so now that's that. And actually we can do 90. Spread that out. I like that. And margin, what is it? What is the what is the around? So it's margin. No, it's not margin. Radius, border radius. Border radius, we'll do 25 pixels. Cool. All right, that's good enough. And inside of here, this is where we're gonna have all our content. Inside of here, actually. H1, hello world. Oops, don't do that. Right there. So you should have everything in there. But when that happens, I want everything to stay in there. So when it overflows, I don't want that to happen. So let's see, div, quote content. I can do display style, display flex. And what's gonna happen with this is it's gonna start wrapping that way, I believe. Yes, that happens. But then I want the direction, display direction, not display flex direction. I want that to be a row, a column. I want it to be column. They can stack on top of each other. Cool. But then I want the overflow. Scroll. Hopefully this works. Looks like it. Yep, there we go. Cool. In this width, this needs to be 100%. Width, 100%. Cool, so now that's doing that. Width is 100%. Let's do some padding in here, why not? Padding. Let's display. Some padding. Let's do padding. 2 rim maybe. Yeah, good enough. Cool. Yeah, we don't want hello world in there. Maybe I'll just leave 1. Cool. You know what? I don't like how this is doing that, so I'm actually going to make this H1 up here. What was it? It's font size to make that maybe like 6.5. Yeah, that way we don't have that scrolling going on. I can name this something different too instead of hello world. Name it. Who said that? Shadow 1 pixel, 1 pixel, 10 pixel. Okay, I think I'm doing a little bit too much now. Okay, who said that? We're going to do, where was I? I need to get stuff in here. And that's going to take a template. And so that's what I need to do next, I believe. Let's see what the tutorial says. So we're doing the read operation. We need two things to show quotes from Mongo Atlas. We need to get quotes from the Atlas, and then we need to render the quotes in HTML using the template engine. So that's the template engine we need. Getting quotes. So to get the quotes, oh yeah, let's do that. I know how to get the quotes. So I believe to get the quotes, we're going to do, we gotta go back to the server. We don't need this, we don't need this, I don't need that. Go back to the server. I didn't mean to do that. Server, and then that's index, I need server. So what it gets goes back here. Oh, your handlers. So that's the send. It's gonna enter it when it posts it. It sends it back here. So when it sends it back here, I need to read it from the database. So I already have all my database stuff set up, right? So I can do client.db. Which DB is it coming from? I should set up a DB name. That would make let DB DB name equal, what is our DB name? It is quotes DB. Let me copy that just because I don't want to misspell anything. If you're wondering why something is broken, DB name, and then let collection name equal, because I'm going to be using this all the time and I don't want to keep typing it out. What is it called? Why does that do that? Quotes collection. There we go. Collection name, DB name. So now I have variables there, so I just use those. So you want to know my DB name? Me too. DB name. There you go. DB name dot collections. Want to know that? It is collection name. I should do my DB name because that makes it clear to me anyway. DB name, my collection name, do my DB name, my. Do that just so I know that those are variables that I put in there and not coming from anywhere else. My DB name, my collection name. So what do I want to do with that? I want to find everything. So once I find everything, send that to, create an array. So put that to an array. Then I want you to, if it's successful, I want you to console.log. Console.log say, hey, I found everything. Here you go. So it's going to console.log this and also give me this array. How do I do that? To array. Find to array. It's gonna give me this data, so I'm gonna put the data, and that's going to be here. That's the data. First it's gonna console.log. Hey, I got everything you need. Then it's going to, let's console.log for now. Console.log the data. And just see if we're on the right track. So let's go down here in my console.log, clear that out, go back here, and let's just enter something else. Who said that? Then my brother would say, brother, hey, let's play. Hey, let's play. When he was a kid, hey, let's play, bro, let's play. That's what he'd say, bro, let's play. Submit that. It does its thing and it says, hey, everything was fine, and I added a quote to your database. This is the quote that I added to my database. Let's play. Oh, it did. I didn't, you know, daemon, or what is it called? Not daemon, or what is it called? Mongoman, demon, whatever it is. I didn't do it, and now I have to pay the cost. I need to update my server. What's that called? MongoDB? I forgot the even name of it. Daemon? What is it called? MongoDB? Mongoman? Okay, I don't know why I'm thinking about that, but that's what happened. But anyway, I actually added this already, so that's there. But I need to restart my server. There we go. So once I restart my server, now it should have all of this, and it's gonna say, hey, I found everything, here you go. Once I get here, go back to here. Okay, so I don't have any more quotes from family members, so we'll just go to quotes from, I don't know, Kill a Mockingbird, the Bible, movies, famous people. Let's Kill a Mockingbird. I don't like that book. Top Gun. You know what? SpongeBob is dope. Let's do SpongeBob's. 30 quotes from SpongeBob. Okay, classic. I'm ready. Who said that? SpongeBob. He said, I'm ready. Submit that. And it says, first of all, it goes and says, SpongeBob, hey, everything was fine. I added the quote to your database. Okay, here's what he added. SpongeBob, I'm ready. Then it said, hey, I found everything. Here you go. And then it tells me everything that it found, including the SpongeBob. I'm ready. Cool. So now that shows us that who is we? I have the data. Where did I put it at? Server goes down somewhere in between here. There we go, to array. So I sent all the data to array, found everything in the database, put it in an array, and then I got that data and it said, hey, I found everything, here you go, console log that data. That's fine and all, but what I really want, I want that data to show on my screen. So I could probably do that. Well, I probably can't do that because right now it's sending it this file. Yeah, so I need the template engine, and once I do the template engine, then I'll be able to send the data. So I forgot how to actually load it. I'm going to use EJS, so I probably got to do node install EJS or something like that. Blah blah. Get the quotes. That's exactly what I did. To array, then the results console.log. I did that. Didn't worry about an error. Cool. Next, we want to generate the template. So rendering the template, rendering the HTML. It said we cannot serve up this index that you have, blah, blah, blah. We cannot serve up the HTML and find the quotes. Of course we can. What we can do instead is to use a template, all of these templates, and we're going to use EJS for embedded JavaScript. Yep. Let's get that. Oh, I already know about that. Template engine. So we need to install it first. Let's go ahead and do that. Doing this thing there, it's installed. Then we need to set a view engine. This tells Express. We need to tell Express and use app.set. We're gonna set. You can place it before use. Okay. Oh, that's just saying that we need to set it before we use it, get it, whatever. So let's just put it at the top and not make the mistake again of putting it before there. I think it actually tells you that that's an error when you do it. Yeah, so it goes gray right here. Okay, so middleware. Oh, I need to put this thing. Let me know I have middleware. That'd be cool. Organization, right? So now we can generate HTML that contains the quotes. This process is called rendering the HTML. Also, now we're rendering the HTML. We will use the render method built into Express response. So renders response. So we're going to response and render the views. Oh yeah, we have to do that. because this page, when you do like EJS, it's gonna only go to the views page. So views, oh, not views page, views directory. So this is gonna break when I update anyway. It's still doing this right here, so I call that. When I update, that's gonna break. Oh, it still works. Why does that still? Oh, I didn't change anything. What I was gonna change, I need to change this to EJS. Then it'll break. Well, probably not, because I think it actually updates EJS, updates the name, because all I'm doing is renaming it, and it's going to search for references and just rename everything that had the old name. So I'm gonna do a refactor, and so change that. So it's not gonna break. I thought it was. Views, I'm gonna change that, put that into the views. Cool. But I do need to change. Yeah, I don't think so. Do I need to change this now that I changed the file to views? No, because I'm not even sending it that anymore, because now I'm rendering it. And so now I can probably take this out. I'll keep it there just for reference, but I can do, I think it's response, and that has a render. One of these have a render. It's render, and then I'm going to render, render, it's going to look in the views when I render. I'm going to render index.ejs. I don't know if I still need this respond. I don't know, but I probably do, huh? I don't know. We'll see. Render.ejs. So let's see what this does. So once I go here, it's going to respond by rendering this index.ejs file. So I'm going to save it, and I don't have NodeDemon, so I have to restart my server myself, and I don't have any errors, so that is good. And so I'll just go here and see if it actually works. And it still loaded everything, so everything is fine. It's loading it from here now. Like, I would have a problem if, let me see, just to prove it, like if I added that, saved that, loaded this back up, and then I tried to do this, and it'll break. It's like, yo, I don't know what that is, but it knows that. Cool. All right, so now we're rendering that. And one thing I think I can do is, now that I'm rendering that, I can pass files, pass objects to it. Not files, objects. And I can pass this data object to it. So when I do then, I'm going to pass that object to it. I wonder if this is going to break it though. So it's still in this then, and then it's going to render this right here, and I didn't pass anything to it. I just want to see if it's going to break or if it's going to work. Right there, serve that up. Yeah, no problem. And then it does what it's supposed to do. It says, hey, I found everything for you. Cool. So now I can give it some objects. So I'm just gonna pass it this whole array, and the array is called data. So I'm going to give it, oh, you know what I can, it's gonna be an array. So if I send it an array, it's just gonna be, an array. It's gonna send it this. It's gonna send an array of objects. So I just send it. I'm gonna give it a name that says the quotes. I'll just call this quotes. Again with the spelling, quotes. And the quotes that I send it is gonna be the data. All right. So now I sent EJS. So over to my HTML, I sent it quotes. So if I split this to the right, quotes dot quotes right here should be sent to somewhere over here. I'm gonna actually send it over here. So hello, what is it even? Where did you even get hello world from? It's not even there. Where are you getting hello world from? Oh, it's right here. That was weird. Okay, now instead of hello world, I'm gonna keep hello world. No, I'm gonna get rid of hello world. I don't want hello world there anymore. But I'm gonna keep this H1 there and say, hey, I want to send it some EJS. So EJS has this kind of it's this right here, equal syntax. So it says, okay, you got some EJS. What do you want to put in here? Well, I have this quotes object. Well, I sent this object, and out of that object, I want to send quotes. So I send quotes, Q-U-O-T-E-S, quotes. And what happens when I send these quotes? It should send quotes over, and then I'm still able to access the data and everything, I believe. So let's just see what happens. I send quotes. Node server, we start that over, connected to the database, refresh. Yep, so that's all the objects that I have in there. But it's saying objects right now. I forgot why it says that, or am I able to even access anything other? Let's see, if I do quotes 1 or 0 will be the first one. What happens if I do that? First object, okay. But what if I want the data out of there? Will you give me some data? Database. You didn't give me any data. I wonder why though. Oh, you know what? The data, and if you give it the data, it's gonna give you this right here back. What if I do the data and then I do that name? Server. No, it doesn't know what that is. Quotes 1, the data, dot name. Doesn't know what that is. Maybe I do quotes. Nah, that won't work. The data. Once I do quotes, it gives me the data. And then I say, give me the first one. Dot name. So it's reading 0, it's undefined. So it's reading name. Huh. I wonder why that doesn't work. I'm doing something wrong, but anyway, I was just curious. But I know how to fix it. I was just curious. Would I have to do that? I have to iterate over this. So in order to iterate over this, I need to do a for loop for quotes, and then I would do for let I equal 0. I is less than quotes, Q-U-O, quotes, dot length, GH, length, then I plus plus. All right. It'd be better if this was bigger, right? I plus plus. I don't need an equal there. I don't think I need an equal. The syntax is crazy. Is it an equal? Maybe an equal. But don't put it equal. How does I leave out the equal sign? It says something is wrong. Statement expected. Okay, I guess I need an equal sign. And let's do that. This syntax is crazy. So this one right here, percent sign. That's crazy. So what happens if I put equal back right there? Does it break it? No. Okay, we can take the equal out. So for let blah blah blah. What do we want to do? And then I can put what I actually want to do. I want to do. I forgot how to do this. I want to li, but do I do this instead of h1? Maybe I do a unordered list. It's gonna be an unordered list, and then there, and then this would be an li. Li here, percentage equals li, and this will be quotes dot what? That didn't even work. Quotes. That goes on the outside probably. Quotes dot. Oh, I need quotes. Then give it the I, and this would be dot. Let's just go with name. And then we should be able to do the same thing. Quotes dot. What's it name? I think it's quotes. I doubt it. Well, you just look in here. Just quote. My name, and that's quote. Cool. And that's how I do this. For blah blah blah. Let that, and then we're gonna do that, and that should be the end of my for loop. It just looks crazy. Li. And then li. Okay, so it's for let I equal blah 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 plus plus. It does that. I think that's just what for loop. Let me just write it out. For let I equals 0, if I is less than blah blah blah. Do that. I plus blah blah blah. Do one of those, and then it goes like that, and that's it. Hope this works on the first try. I doubt it, but let's try it out. Save that. Damn dog barking at a squirrel. Okay, where was I at? Oh, I was saving it. I need to rerun the server. And there are two. Wow! First try. That's dope. So now what happens is you can do another SpongeBob quote. I'm ugly and I'm proud. Let's like not do SpongeBob quotes. Cause there's only one person. I want quotes from a bunch of people. So let's do movie quotes. Oh, that's taking so long. I wanted some quotes. That's it. Is that internet even working? Give me some quotes, please. There we go. It doesn't tell me a person though. It's telling me a movie. Okay, that's what we're going with. And of course they want to do that. And we put awesome quotes on this side. Actually, you can just put that up top, huh? There, and then we put this. There we go. Cool. All right. Go back to this top right here, quote right here by Marley. We go to our site. We don't need this. That was useless. Our name is by Marley, not our name. The quote, and this should update. There we go. By Marley. Love the life you live the life you love. And everything went well over here. Just telling me what's going on. From here saying, yeah, it added everything. Said, hey, everything was fine. I added a quote to your database. Here's the quote it added by Marley. Then it said, hey, I found everything. Here you go. Then it gives me a list of everything. Everything's here. Cool. And that's how my template and that comes from my template. Let's see. Let's get rid of this terminal and get rid of this. And go to, what do we want to go to? Template generator. And also, I think it's called a template generator. So for UL, we can do style, and I think it's, what is it? List style to none. And then for this li, we would do style. Dog barking at squirrels again. Hey, can you cut it out? We don't want you barking at squirrels now, sir. Thanks. Oh, it's another dog he's barking at. He'll probably do it again. Anyway, let's go with the style. And I wanted this color. Let's this color be, I don't know. Well, actually, let's not even do color. We can't do color. Let's do coral. Coral. But also I want, what do I want? I want this font, the size, so the font size to be to 1.5 rem. Ari, it's okay. It's your friend. You don't have to bark. This style is fine, I guess. Here we go to terminal. That's our server. Also, I want space in between there, so maybe just do a break. BR maybe. I don't know if that's gonna work. That did work. Cool. And this looks like this is exactly what I set out to do for the day. And I think I'm pretty much done. I can go do something else with my life because I have trouble with just keep going on and on and on. So I don't like that quote. John Green. Let's do this one. John Green. Because real gangster's ass can't run fast. That sounds good enough for me. I don't like the quotes because it's gonna mess up things. We don't need quotes. It goes to the bottom. Cool. Like another extra thing I could try to figure out one day is to try to figure out like how to reverse it. Well, it's array, so I could probably just read the array from the other side. Anyway, I think this is cool. So I set out to do. We're good to go. I mean, it works. Oh, I guess the other side of it is actually deleting and updating things. So I'll do that another time because I've done enough for today. And I'll probably just practice more and solidify my knowledge of doing this part by building it again. So this is just EJS saying, the tutorial saying what to do, view, locals. I did everything. I did all of this, did all of that. I did everything. One thing I was amazed about was actually getting this right on the first try. That was pretty complex, to me anyway. So he did a for loop the same way I did. Yep. Oh, he li class. Oh yeah, span. So the li's he put those in quotes. Cool. Yep, that's cool. Same thing that I did, and that's it. So next he goes over update. I'm gonna leave it there because I don't want to go that far today. I've worked enough. I think I've been working on this for like a couple hours now. So I'll leave off with one more quote, and that'll be it. Let's see. Let's look for a name that I'm familiar with, maybe. Nope, none of those. You know what? Let's just go to 7. Lucky number 7. We'll put the first one that comes up. It's too long. I don't like that. Let's go with Jennifer. I don't want to do that one. That's weird. Where are they getting these from? Once took a poop. Where are they getting these quotes from? These aren't good quotes. Okay, maybe. Let's leave off with inspirational quotes. Quotes about poo. Oscar Wilde. Okay, let's leave off with Oscar Wilde. Be yourself because everyone else is taken. Submit that. And look what we have. Nothing. Why didn't that work? That's weird. Why didn't that work? It says it right here that it worked. So like if I refresh it, it probably shows, but why didn't it work? It may be a timing thing because it's async or something like that. It could be that. Let me see. Let's see, server. Data. So it says, hey, I found the data, blah, blah, blah. Quotes. Yeah, let's wait till you redirect, and then we'll redirect at the end. So that may fix it. I think it just redirected too quick. And then when it redirected, it was nothing there. I think that was the issue. I don't know for sure, but I hope that fixes it. Go. Cool, that worked that time. All right, I am done.